In 1990, responding to the invitation of the faithful, the Master led a delegation to host the 150th birthday of the late Venerable Master Shu Yen. In addition, he hosted the Dharma Assembly for the nationwide mindfulness of the Buddha to pray for the blessings and eradicate disasters, which was attended by 70,000 people. When that massive group began to recite Guan Shi Yin Bodhisattva Universal Door Chapter, a change suddenly occurred in the sky, and a sheath of light radiated through space, girthing the blue expanse. The sky, suddenly cloudless, was filled with brilliant light that lasted about 10 minutes. That was truly a case of 10,000 people recite the Buddha's name and the Buddha's light shines on everything. The Master pointed out that a Dharma assembly attended by such a large gathering was virtually unknown to the United States. If a nation's people could often gather in such mass to recite the Buddha's name, then the calamities of heaven and earth would certainly diminish. Not only that, the undesirable aspects of society, such as business speculation, gambling, and extortion, would certainly diminish, and the auspicious energies of the nation would certainly increase. During that visit to Taiwan, the Master fasted for 30 days for the purpose of transferring the merit to the people of Taiwan and to alleviating any potential disasters that might be due that nation. As soon as he returned from Taiwan, the Master led another delegation from the Dharma Realm Buddhist University to Europe, propagating the Dharma in England, France, Poland, Italy, and other places. He also gave an address at the UNESCO headquarters in Paris. During 1989 and 1990, besides going twice to Taiwan to host large Dharma assemblies and leading the delegation through Europe, the Master spoke at more than 10 universities throughout the United States, including Stanford, University of Cal at Berkeley, UCLA, the University of Washington in Seattle, the University of Maryland, and the University of British Columbia in Canada. The Master investigated Buddhism with these young and promising students, guiding them to understand the true principles of human life and the universe. The Master, already in his 70s, besides traveling through Asia, America, and Europe to spread the Dharma and benefit beings, also had to oversee the numerous way places he had founded. Unknown to many people, the Master during the last 5 or 6 years had been suffering many illnesses brought about by extreme fatigue and overexertion. Despite sickness and suffering, he continued to turn the great Dharma wheel. The Master continued as usual in spite of his sickness, unconcerned about birth and death. There was never a time when he was not speaking Dharma. The Master said, "I am like two people. While you see this body before you, I continue to work outside to save people. I pay no attention to my own problems." And so the sickness and pain did not slow the Master's pace in propagating the Buddha Dharma and benefiting beings. During his illness, the Master continued his active and far-reaching life in his plan to translate the Buddha Sutras and increase the efforts in uniting the Southern and Northern traditions, frequently meeting and communicating with Dharma masters of the Southern tradition. Although the city of 10,000 Buddhists is a Northern tradition and great vehicle Buddhism, it enjoys an ongoing relationship with those of the Southern tradition. The Master offered an area of the city of 10,000 Buddhists for the Southern tradition to use for their meditation sessions. The Master felt that whether the tradition was Southern or Northern, the goal was to help beings bring forth the Bodhi mind, to end birth and death, to leave suffering and attain bliss. And so he wanted the North and the South to work together, to meet in the middle where there is no more strife and conflict.